C4 Sports, Bellator double main event, Hawaii. Must be excellent and fun. Nice little time for the staff to go out to a beautiful island and host two events, which is a little strange. First event was free to like military and first response, which is cool. I like the idea of that. The second event was obviously to paying crowds, etc. I'm confused. Well, I guess what I've just said lays out to why it was done. But for people consuming it not at the arena, I think they should have just made this into one card. You know, it wasn't the one card was had more fights on it than the other. I think they could have stripped it down and made this one big proper card. Yeah, I only watched the second card. I didn't think there was much exciting fights on the first one, but working top down, Cyborg retained her championship unanimous decision. As most people, I don't think she was necessarily going to go the distance with Arlene Blenko. This is the second time they've fought. I think it was a second round submission or something the first time. This time it was a clear dominant victory. But the poor Arlene just got bludgeoned ultimately. A lot of hearts. Fifth round, she was pointing to the center saying, let's slug it out, man. Let's see if I can get a, a little cheeky one in there and create a huge upset. And then maybe even do a part three. Well, obviously do a part three if she did the upset. But nah. Cyborg Christina was doing her thing. She got caught with some stuff, a couple nice little bombs. But yeah, just wasn't Arlene's night. And she was really emotional towards at the end of the fight and all that, which was sad. She's not the youngest athlete. Also, Christina is getting up there in age as well. So was an entertaining fight, the best fight, but yes, overall an entertaining fight. We've got a Grand Prix champion in Rafion Stats, is it? Stats even. Who KO head kicked Juan Archuleta. Who comes out just as a conquistador, but yet he's Mexican. He's Mexican. I would be very interested, pardon self, to get the story behind the thought process of him taking on that persona and stuff. It just seems very odd to me. And he's a very good fighter as well. Very good fighter. Yeah, but Rafian, very quick, versatile. He's got that power as well. Head kick, and then followed it up with some elbows and stuff. Yep, big, nice little shiny belt, and he did the thing, man. He definitely did the thing. Justine, for me, this is the fight. I liked this one. Because she was a crazy underdog. Her record isn't the best from recollection. She's had 2 wins in boxing. She's got some kickboxing experience as well. 24, 22 wins. She, let's see, let's see. She's got 8 wins and 5 losses, and she took on the former champ in Ellie Millay McFarlane, and McFarlane looked awful. She looked absolutely awful. No disrespect, but no, that wasn't that wasn't that was worse than the last performance. Is it due to ring rust? I guess because she was out for a long time. Was it due to the injury as well? Is it because of the confidence of her losing the strap and all that? But Justine just went out and did her thing. Um, Clearly a unanimous decision, and she was. It took her about how maybe 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes for her to come out because she had a very, you know, cultural, as they're saying, introduction kind of walkout thing, and she wasn't even a champ. It was very interesting, very interesting. I bet she must be very disappointed for number one not getting a win. And as I say, the performance it wasn't the best at all. It wasn't the best at all. It would have been good if Justine would have got the got a like a submission or something, or a clean decisive victory versus a going to the judges scorecards. Hatchie Mix. Actually, so wait a minute. Ruffian's the interim bantamweight champion. Grand Prix champion is Patchy Mix. Or does he go on? What the hell is it? Someone. It's the quarterfinals. So he defeats Haraguchi unanimous decision. And Haraguchi is quick. He is fast, man. He just seems to come up short recently. He just seems to come up short because he was winning pretty much all 5 rounds of that fight with him and Sergio Pettis until Pettis pulled off that, was it a spinning back fist or an elbow or something? But I was very impressed with the speeds and his in and out movement, takedown defense and all that. But Patchy mixed again, he was just grinding, man. He was just grinding, did his thing. And I think those those were the only fights I watched. Yeah, those were the only fights I watched. As I say, just to recap, I think that should have been the 2 cards should have been conglomerated, should have been mixed into one big card, um, rather than what they did. But Scott Coker did his thing. And then okay. So what else do we have? We had we had I don't know, 2 weeks in a row we had UFC events, and their commitments to produce all of this content to for ESPN is diluting it's what it's doing is actually it's causing 2 things. It's causing the UFC to go out and buy a whole load of fighters, get them signed into these weird ass contracts for not much money unless they're like really got some hype behind them. So then there's a shortage of good, of potentially world class fighters. And then number two, until they're built up and got the experience and, being in the UFC and getting a couple wins behind the belt, no one knows who they are unless, apart from their core supporters and stuff. So the name value wise, they're not bringing out the, much name value of sorts. Some of the fights have been entertaining and interesting. This week, more over last week's abysmal card. But yeah, man, UFC sort it out. Sort it out. Do some co-promotions and stuff to spice it up, man. I know you got commitments and all that, and you're making all this money, but you really, for all of the new sort of purveyors of mixed martial arts who are sort of tuning in now to UFC, they may be used to this standard of cards and think this is normal, but it definitely isn't. It really is not normal at all. Saying that, main events was good. Standing, what was it? Standing choke, side choke thing? Well, I can't remember what the hell he called it. But Andrade defeated all of the naysayers. She's still got it. She's still up there, and she got the win. Guida got submitted. Yeah, it was as I say, it wasn't really the best cards overall. PFL, that was a pretty good event. Where was, and I've been speaking on this for quite some time. PFL, interesting organization. They've got some very good fighters out there. I've always been talking about where do you get to view this stuff? Where's the promotion? It seems to be very much a US focused organization. But to my surprise, I stumbled across, and again, even in the UK, where I haven't seen any promotion in regards to Channel 4 Sports, but I stumbled across Channel 4 Sports, which is showing PFL content. I mean, forget the smart cage foolishness, so no, I don't bother with any of that. But the fights themselves are very good. Production is pretty good as well. I was a bit curious to why they were cutting away and showing scenes of the city that they were in, and then playing the audio from the ring rather than showing what's going on in the ring. That was a bit of a strange sort of production move. Maybe I'm wondering if was that for just the UK contingent, or was that for everybody? Comments would be appreciated in that respect. But yeah, we had some very good fights on there. We have main events. Lord Heathen was getting tired. He was going for it, man. He was going for it. But Collard, he seems to be like the UFC killer. He's tough, man. He's tough, durable. He's got some movement. He's got some power himself as well. He's definitely one to look out for. Jeremy Stevens had a good showing. Unfortunately, didn't get the win. Interested to see him progress forward, because there's obviously the schedule in regards to fighting. Unless something strange happens, he's going to be fighting frequently. He's got to get a win though. Obviously, he's got no points. Yeah, yeah, I'm not even going to detail them. Well, a UK fighter in the lightweight division did his thing. I think did he go? I think he went to decision victory. Shoeface got a hella quick knee bar submission kind of. Was it a knee bar? No, it wasn't a knee bar. It was a the choke. I don't know. It was some kind of submission. As a as I've said, this weekend has been jam packed, full of combat sports material content. Um, Almost overdosing at times, especially when you want to go back and review certain fights again. But yeah, it's good to be in this position where you got so much choice. I mean, there is other choice as well, but don't get into that, the regionally kind of stuff. So yes, check it out. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Go over to the sponsors page for Prima UK. Check out the merchandise. Support the broadcast.